Yo guys, Nahman here. I just want to talk about Fallout 76 real quick. To my amazement, it got announced today out of all days. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's 3 years into the development cycle that's being made by Bethesda right now. I don't know if it's being made by Obsidian, but the last development cycle between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 was 7 years. And no, New Vegas was made by Obsidian, so that's why I'm not saying Fallout 3 to New Vegas or Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4. And I want to just talk about stuff we know about Fallout 76 so far, like the vault itself, what's Reclamation Day, is it multiplayer, and kind of my personal predictions for the game and what's going to be in it. So, what we know about Vault 76 is actually more than what we would know about if it was Vault 111 when it first got announced in Fallout 4. Meaning that this vault, has been mentioned in multiple games. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and I believe New Vegas? I could be wrong with that. And the reason why it's talked about so much in these games is because it is known as a control vault, or a normal vault is a better name for it in my opinion, meaning that there is no kind of experimenting going on in this vault. It is to play as a normal vault for surviving the war. And if you guys don't know, Vault 101 was the experimentation vault, where it was never meant to open, and it was just to see how the role of the overseer would play out over many, many, many years. And then Vault 111 was just to experiment cryo sleeping. The cool thing about Vault 76 is that it's supposed to open 20 years after it got closed, meaning that this game is actually set the earliest in the Fallout universe right now. To put this setting in perspective or correlation with the other games, the second earliest game was set in Fallout 1, the very first game, and that was in 2161, which is about more or less 90 to 100 years since the war was 2077. So like hopefully like people are saying that it's gonna be a survival game. I kind of agree with that because, you know, there's going to be heavy radiation in some places most likely. Like, I don't know the half-life of a nuke. Like, let's just search it up now. Of a nuke. I can't find the exact half-life, but it says that 14 weeks after, it's reduced to a 1/10,000th of its initial level. So that's pretty real. So to put things in perspective, I don't know how to put this any better, but with my wrong and probably shit math, I come up to 74 over 10,000th. That's a fraction of the decay of radiation that would be going on in the game. I know it's probably not in realistic terms, but if it is, that shit's pretty fucking strong still, if you don't mind me saying. So it would be pretty dope to see, like, I don't know, some survival aspects that's just a little more than what Fallout 4 was offering. Like, if it was more like Fallout 3 survival mode enhanced, that'd be fucking dope. Another thing I want to talk about is that this, and at least according to the wiki, it says that there's 500 occupants, and I just find it strange that there's an actual number of how many occupants went in there. I find this odd because it's never been mentioned for any other vault. Vault 111, Vault 101. I really have nothing else to say about this, but just to say that's odd. Another thing that we see in the trailer is that it's during Reclamation Day. That's probably going to be happening during the beginning of the game, from my guess. And from what I've been seeing online, people are speculating that this means rebuild the future. I agree. Same with the slogan "Save Our Future" by Bethesda. Like, for the whole game, I just think it fits. It makes sense. It's just, you know, I think the whole thing behind Reclamation Day, like building your Earth back, it's gonna expand a lot on the building mechanics in Fallout 4, which were there. Like the building mechanics itself were there and nice and ready to go and well, like pretty powerful. But the whole importance behind it was not, and it kind of made building your base more useless. And I'd be ashamed for them to throw that all away, and I don't think they would. They're a smart company, so I think they're gonna be expanding that on a lot more during Fallout 76. Also in the trailer, the jumpsuits are shiny fucking gold. There's probably no reason other than just saying, hey, there's gonna be a lot of cool shit that hasn't been in any other Fallout game before. You should definitely pick up this fucking game if you have a chance, because, you know, some groundbreaking shit's gonna go into this game. Also, with the color of the TV being colored, not black and white, I think that just reinforces my my thinking behind this. It might be stupid to you guys, I don't know. I might be just a fucking idiot. That's all I want to talk about for what we know so far. Maybe I'm missing something, I'll add it in. But I also want to talk about why so many people think this is a multiplayer game, and when I first read it, I thought it was fucking super stupid. Really fucking dumb idea. Like, why would Fallout 3 suddenly become a Fallout game? Because it's, like, because there's Skyrim Online, for example, or Elder Scrolls, or whatever that fucking flop is. And also that they all, like, practiced Fallout Online before, and didn't go through with it. But the more I kind of researched, the more it makes sense for this to be an online survival game. One being that Fallout 3 was set in Northern Virginia, parts of Maryland, and DC, while I think Fallout 76 is going to be set in Western Virginia, places like Kentucky, maybe Indianapolis will be the main area. And the reason why I think that is because literally in the opening song of Fallout 76's teaser, it says Western Virginia in the song. Unless they're trying to troll the living shit out of people, which, you know, developers are known for nowadays, I believe it, man. I believe that fully. This puts Fallout 3's location and Fallout 76's location pretty much beside each other, or exactly beside each other. So it just makes sense that if it's an online game, that they would throw parts of Fallout 3 back in, refurbish them, and just make it, you know, a big map for online play, which is absolutely necessary for an online game. Another fact is that the vault is a baseline. It's a normal between. It's not experimentation vault, which means it has a chance of not going to absolute shit every time at the beginning. This could be a safe haven, like the beginner town, for example. Which is also why I think that the number of 500 in the population is on the wiki, and not on any other vault. And with the whole Reclamation Day, it just makes sense. Like, to rebuild the world with other people too, not just by yourself, that sounds like a lot of fucking fun. How they're gonna do that and how it's gonna work out in the long game, I have no fucking clue. Are they gonna do PvP where there's factions? Possibly, because that's been always a thing in every game for Fallout. Are they going to let people build wherever? Possibly, or are there going to be, like, lots you have to buy? I have no clue. Because, like, how would that, if it was open world building, how would that work out? People can just raid you in the middle of the night? It would be like some Rust kind of shit? Who knows? I would feel if it has a RPG setting, that would rattle the living shit out of people, though, like, for casual players, to just get all your shit ransacked, man. Also, balancing has never really been a thing with Fallout. Look at the Fat Man, dude. Or, what's the other fucking nuke? Anyways, it's never been really needed because it's a single player game. You can have fun. It's kind of like your own personal sandbox in Fallout 4, to be honest with you. But on the other hand, if it is being made by Bethesda, please let me know if it is, because this totally shatters this part of the video. If it is being made by Bethesda, why does their online Fallout game have the shortest development cycle in between all of the Bethesda game Fallout games? Just that being 2, but still, it just doesn't make sense. This could mean that if it is online, this game could be so fucking rushed, it won't be good. This game could also be, well, polished, but it could be like an early access game eventually, where it'll be like, hey, we're 5 years into the game, we're gonna keep adding shit that should have been in the game since release. And I hate when companies do that. Look at GTA Online. Or Bethesda can pull a fucking fast one on you, release the single player aspect, and then say the multiplayer's coming out, and then release that game separately. I'm looking at you, Fallout VR, like, what the actual fuck was that? This is why I show doubt in the online theory, but researching it more, I'm more of a believer than an absolute hater of the theory. Another thing I want to add in support of the online theory is just the name itself, Fallout 76. They've never done that in any Fallout before, which means that the Vault itself is going to be worthwhile in the game. It's not going to be just your starting point. It could be your safe haven, probably. Regardless of it being an online game or a multiplayer game, it's just going to be a good time either way, because it's not going to be your average Fallout game. Like, if it was single player, I can just see it being like, you know, this is your safe haven. You're gonna have to go to these places, scout them out, kind of provide, like, make ground-breaking decisions. For example, I can think one in my head right now. Like, what if you had to choose which town of, like, I don't know West Virginia that well. I'm fucking Canadian, sorry, but which town in Western Virginia is more suitable to make a new kind of land for the people? I think that would be super dope. There'll be all these new decisions that you can make and everything. Regardless, I have high hopes for Fallout 76. I probably said 67 a few times. I was gonna add Pokemon Let's Go because that got announced yesterday, but I'll make that a separate video. Bottom line, I'm really happy that Fallout 76 is more likely gonna be a survival game, kind of like Metro, where you have to put like have a mask on hand every time or something, or like, you know, suitable gear to like do stuff and be prepared more than it was like a RPG with Fallout 4. Like Fallout 4 was like the halfway point, but now they're going full survival. So I'm really happy for that. I just hope they do it well and they don't cut corners, because it is a shorter development time from my points of view. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I'm fucking done talking about this. I'll probably make a second video about this soon. I wasn't expecting it to be 12 minutes, just me fucking blabbering my mouth. But thanks, guys. You know, if you guys have anything where you're like, Dylan, you're fucking wrong, you know, hit me up in the comments, because I probably am a few times on this. I researched this in literally 10 minutes. But yeah, peace out, boys.